Hey, what's up, soldiers? My name is Greg, FPS, the Zombies Extraordinaire, and this is how to get all 48 pieces of intel in Black Ops Cold War Zombies for Season 3. If this video does help you out, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and without further ado, let's jump right into it, guys. So we're going to start off on Duga. This is the brand new Outbreak map that just got added, and what you're going to do is go to the farm, go upstairs, and on the bed is going to be a piece of intel that you want to collect. Obviously, next up, guys, we're going to make our way over here to the warehouses area, and this is like a blue building on the outside. When you go inside, it's gray and orange, so it's pretty easy to recognize. You're going to make your way into the office area. Now, one time I was in this building and a panzer fell through the wall, like ceiling glass, so watch out, I guess. But anyways, there was another piece right there on the desk. Next up, guys, we're going to make our way all the way over here to this other area, which is the secondary array. This is the big thing that's super hard to miss when you're playing, and you have to make your way about halfway up this area, and there's going to be a broken essence capsule right there. That was probably the hardest one to find. Next up, guys, we're going to make our way over here to the bunkers area. You're going to find the blue bunker that's all the way at the end, and you're going to go through that, and then there's a like small office that controls the gate, and there is one right there on top of the lockers inside of that room. Sticking with the bunkers area, there's another one that has an A above it and it's red. You're going to go in here. There's a table with a piece of intel on it that you can collect. Pretty self-explanatory for that one as well. Next up, guys, we're going to make our way all the way over to the admin offices, and you're just going to go to the second floor. There's a really weird like module that we're going to collect, and this one I didn't really understand it. It doesn't really look like intel, but I guess it was. So it's like a monitor that we're getting, boost module monitor. So next up, we're going to make our way back over to the farm, and in this small like stand, there is Max's katana sticking in the hay. So that is another piece of intel that we're going to be collecting right there. Next up, guys, we're going to make our way over to the SAM site. And inside this building, there's like a table with a pretty big piece of intel that's pretty hard to miss. So you're going to go ahead and collect that one. Next up, guys, we're going to make our way over to the research labs, and inside of this building that's pretty elongated, there's another piece of intel that we are once again going to collect. As you know, next up is the listening post. Hanging up on a hanger is Sam's scarf, or Max's scarf, so we're just going to collect that one as well. Next up, guys, we're going to make our way over to the chemical processing area, and upstairs there is another huge piece of intel that's really hard to miss. So last but not least, guys, we're going to go into the admin offices area, and all the way upstairs there's a really nice like office with a huge chair, or big table I mean, and there's a piece of intel sitting right on it. So now, guys, we're going to make our way over to Sanatorium, and there's a pretty good amount here. So first up is the mechanic shop. So we're going to go all the way up to the top of mechanic shop and jump across, and there's a really small piece of an energy mine canister right there that we're going to go ahead and collect. Next up, guys, we're going to make our way over here to the market square, and sitting on the table is going to be at Max's goggles. So that's another thing that she had. Next up, we're going to make our way over to the bathhouse, and it's going to be sitting right here on the shelf is Peck's ID badge, which is pretty interesting. Next up, guys, we're going to go over to the left of the bridge, and on this dock right here, there's going to be a patch that we have to actually collect. That's just going to be sitting right on the dock. This one is really hard to spot, and it's a Requiem patch. And last but not least, guys, we have another one that's here in this building. It's like a house in the vacation homes area. There's a speed cola can that's empty on the bottom level in the kitchen next to the sink. And the final piece, and this one is really hard to get, I would say. I didn't even know it was there till like later. I got this one like last. What you want to do is go out to the pier and use this launch pad, because this is the only way that you can actually get to the top level. So what you want to do is just launch yourself, and you're going to go all the way to the top of the big sanatorium building, all the way at the top, like the highest you can possibly go. And there's a piece of intel just chilling on the roof, so we're going to go ahead and grab that one. All right, guys, now we're going to make our way over to Ruka, and underneath or next to the bridge is going to be a Mangler cannon that's laying on the ground there. And there's one more piece of intel that we're going to get in the missile silos area, and this one is kind of like next to this white building, so we're going to go ahead and collect that one. Pretty self-explanatory. There's only 2 on this map. And next up is Golova. So on Golova, you want to use this launch pad, and you're basically going to land on this dark blue building next to the statue in the middle of the map area, like the town square area. And over here is going to be Sam's watch. It's super small. I don't know how people found this one, but people found it, and I'm putting it in the video. Next up, guys, is going to be over here, and this is in the upper town area in the back right room. There's going to be a piece of intel sitting on the desk, so go ahead and collect that one as well. Next up, guys, we're going to make our way all the way over here to the church, and in the back room of the church on the bottom level, there's going to be a piece of intel sitting on the desk where Samantha talks about her dog. Now we're going to go over to Alpine. In the top level of the lodge, there is a pretty big piece of intel, pretty easy to spot. And then on the second level, there's actually going to be a miniature dragon head that's on the wall that you're going to collect as well, which is pretty cool. I kind of like how that was just like a random piece of intel. Doesn't really make sense. So now, guys, one thing you have to keep in mind while you're playing is collecting the Requiem radio and the Omega radios. Now, there's a lot of these scattered around the map. I like personally just getting it on Golova and also on Alpine. They're like in pretty easy spots to find. Like this one's in Upper Town. And basically what you have to do is hit this one. You can only do it once per game. So even if you get to like round 20, if you collect this Omega radio on round 3, you won't be able to collect it on any other map either. So it's only once per game. So if you just want to do it quickly, I would recommend just restarting, grabbing it, and restarting. Now these radios, Requiem and Omega, are on all the different maps. I'm not sure on all the locations. I just showed like a pretty good example of the ones that I get. So now, guys, next up, you're gonna have to get a lot of intel from actually killing the bosses on the map. You have to get like 6 of them. This was the final piece of intel, and I was like so stoked that I finally got it. And I was pretty pumped, to be honest, because this took a while to do. Basically what I would recommend doing for this one is going to round 2, and on round 2 just look for boss zombies. You can activate crates and things like that, and just look for like manglers, mimics, panzers, even megatons as well. They're gonna drop pieces of intel that you have to collect, so just go around and grab these. They can be a pain in the butt, and it does take a fairly long time to collect all of these. I'm not gonna lie, like I played for probably 4 or 5 hours just finding like bosses to kill and collecting all the intel. So it does take time. It's very time consuming, I would say, but overall you'll eventually get it done, and then you can be rewarded by just having a feeling of accomplishment. So now, guys, we're going to do the last and final thing, which is going to be doing the trials. And as you guys know, trials are super annoying sometimes, but you do have to go for the intel trials and collect the intel for the dark ether from doing these trials. I collected so many different things over and over from doing all these trials. Some of them are really easy, and if you're like smart about it, you can actually get more than one intel from the same challenge, which is really nice. Like there was even a really easy challenge, take damage and recover health, that I ended up getting on Golova. So I just kept doing that one over and over, and as soon as I got the intel, I would redeem it. And since the timer lasts for 5 minutes on all the challenges, if you get a good enough challenge, you can just do it over and over and over, which is really nice. So I would say that this one's fairly easy to do, but it is time consuming. You do have to play a good amount of matches. It seems like you can only do like 3 per game. And by the way, guys, I forgot to mention that if you kill a special zombie and it drops a piece of intel, you can only do that once per game. So you do have to end up restarting. Even if you go to another map and kill a special zombie, it has a 0% chance of dropping anything, because you can only do it once per game, no matter what map you're on. So Anyways, guys, I'm just going to show me collecting some intel from the stations there. It's pretty self-explanatory, guys, but thank you so much for watching. My name is Greg FPS, Zombies Extraordinaire. This is how to get all of the intel in season 3 in Black Ops Cold War Zombies. Hope this video did help you guys out, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.